Hey everyone, so I have a new phone. My other Apple product was due for renewal. Apple has a great deal going on. Um, every 2 years, I have to turn in three phones. And so every 2 years, Apple gets $800 a phone for the new phones. So they get 8 by 3, $2,400 every 2 years. That's a great renewal type of ching, ching, ching. If one person turns in three phones every 2 years, think about all the persons in the world. It's a huge opportunity for Apple. Anyway, I wanted to point out to you here today, looking at the spreadsheet, some very, very simple trades. We're gonna go back across here. I'm gonna start over at the, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm gonna start at the beginning and work my way across to the bottom line of the spreadsheet here. These are the sectors of the S&P 500, as you know. So I'm gonna show you what's going on. So this is the XLP. It is no longer, it's fallen out of its rally mode there, 1.01. It still is in its long-term rally, that this column here, the ones. So it's still in its long-term rally, and it's still a strong long-term rally there, 1.037 for the day today. That's good. I mean, everything's fine there, just today it's weak. So you can't be thinking that that sector is going to be going up today, because it's going down today. And it's not too weak. 99.10 is fine. A little bit weaker than the last time, but not bad. Here is the XLE, 1.0072, that column that we're watching there. All strong. That's why the XLE is soaring today. Long oil, long oil, long oil. Warning, 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 long oil. It's the only place where there's profits, massive profits. XLU, utility sector, falling apart today, selling going in, hedge funds are selling out, retirement funds are selling out, but still in a long-term uptrend. XLK, this is interesting. I believe that you can short the XLK here or put the XLK to somebody at this point. I believe it's a good put at this point, and I might go in and put it to somebody. Not sure. But 9774 teetering on the brink. As soon as it crosses under 9750 today, that means that everybody is selling all of their tech shares again, and tech is going lower. But we'll see what happens. Just not good today. So far, we only know that oil is the only place to be. Here is the materials. Keep in mind that the first hydrogen cars are now hitting the road, and that's really the technology of the future. But as you can see here, the materials sector, because gold is doing so well, is still fine, but it is not in a long-term uptrend. This column here, not good. And 0.9873, not good. And its pricing point, it just has not followed the rest of the market. 68 to 74 is fine. I mean, that's nice. It's a nice gain, but it has lagged the market gain there, and that's why this data is telling you that it's lagging the market gain. This is the XLY, consumers, still in its uptrend, 1.0, but falling apart, 9846, barely hanging in there. We'll see what happens with it. I'm going on my vacation, and I shot that video to show you how we're cutting our costs in vacation so we don't have to spend as much money. It's what many people are going to be doing. It's getting to the point, too, for me, I don't really eat that much as I'm getting older. I'm kind of like my mom that way. I might just start sharing off of one plate. The only problem is I'm a picky eater, so that's hard to do. XLC communications, as you know, short communications. Nobody's paying their cell phone bill. When I was at the Tele store on Saturday, everybody that was in there was customer service driven. They weren't in there getting new phones like me. They were in there saying, my account got canceled because I hadn't been paying the bill. How do I pay the bill? Can I go ahead and pay the bill now and have my account turned back on, please? I didn't know that my husband wasn't paying the bill. I didn't know it was this bad. Here's my credit card. I have some balance left on it. Can you please go ahead and help me get my cell phones turned back on? Everybody in the telestore was doing that. And I was like, oh, geez, I'll be back. So I went out and did my thing. I came back, and then there was nobody there. And there was a specific person that I was waiting for so that she could get some spiff or some commission. And as soon as she see me walk back in, Tamara, by the way, Tamara is phenomenal at the Telestore here in the Tecumseh Mall. Go see Tamara. I don't care if you go see her today or tomorrow, but go see Tamara. She was phenomenal. Very, very, very helpful. Young student at the university, wants to be a teacher. Great story. Go see Tamara at the Telestore in Tecumseh Mall. Call first and say, is Tamara working today? And or go in when she's there. She set a phone aside for me, and she's like, yep, that's good. And she was there. As soon as I walked in the door, she knew that, hey, I can get some spiff off of this guy, because she doesn't make any money off of customer service stuff. Paying your bills, she doesn't make any money. But as soon as she see me walk in the door, she's like, oh, I've been waiting for you, Brian. At least I know I get a check from you. Go see Tamara. Anyway, here's communications. You can see they're falling apart rapidly. They're not in a secular upturn. They're in a secular downturn, and they're falling apart rapidly. You can see that the pricing point on this is down 48.02. It's bounced up, but it's down 48.02. You can also see that we're barely hanging into higher lows, but our highs have turned negative. The trend is lower here. There was a lot of consolidation. A lot of people were, a lot of hedge funds and a lot of retirement funds were selling their communications when we were up there at 50s. They got out. The reason is nobody is paying their cell phone bill. Nobody is paying their cell phone bill. What good is it to be in the communication sector if you're not getting paid? It's not a good thing. So XLF is the financials. You can see that they're giving back a little bit today. Nothing too serious here. Still in their long-term uptrend, doing very, very well from a pricing point perspective, 31 to 34. All good there. Doing very well. Might be a good time to go long banking with some plays today, because it will be selling off a little bit today. XLV, which is the healthcare sector. There was a story that came out over the weekend that the healthcare sector has had the crappiest year ever, because people are getting sick and they're going to the hospital, but the hospitals can't get their bills paid. Again, nobody's paying their bills. The consumer is falling apart from the stories that are getting read. So 122 to 132, that was a good run. But it's still in its secular upturn, but it is a little bit weaker there across the board today. XLI, industrials. As you know, everything is getting onshore. Every business is now factoring in risk. And all of them are moving all of their production back away from China and back into the United States or to more friendly countries. The move of the Chinese to a strong communist party is forcing every free market business to move all of its production away from China. And it is just a matter of time before the billion Chinese employees all realize that they have nothing left and they will revolt against their own government. It's just a matter of time. The Chinese are going to have to invade Taiwan to give people something to do, to take their mind off of how bad things actually are in China. Now, here again, in the industrials, we have a strong upturn, 1.0033. So what are the two places that we could possibly be long today? Very, very simple. Actually, there's three technically. Banking, industrials, and oil. Those are the three sectors that will be up strong today. Those are the three sectors, and because that's so focused as well too, those carriers, those businesses in those sectors will have nice runs up today. So if you're an options trader, those are the three sectors, those are the three areas that you'd want to be long today. That's why I am long oil. That's why I am long industrials. That's why I am long in warmongering things. And it just makes perfect sense. Now, the one last thing, Unfortunately, I did get sold out of my XLE long option in XLE. It needs to be bought back. So I will probably wait for a little bit of a weekday rather than coming in today to buy it back. I'm going to have to buy it back higher. But it is what it is. So at the end of the day, that's the data sets for the stock trading for today. Enjoy your day.